Okay, everybody. You've all seen the pond. If you see my other pond videos from my other channel, Nothing Better to Do for Now, which I can't access anymore. I don't know why. I'm not that savvy with this stuff. But when I first started this pond, it was dug out, put a plastic liner, and then concrete on top. So it is all concrete. When it was first built, I did it for saltwater. I used to take my pickup and a 300-gallon tank, go down to the ocean, 300 gallons at a time, which is about 12 loads, to fill this pond up. Worked great, but my pond design did not. I didn't have these ledges all the way around. Everything just kind of flowed from the ground into the pond, so when we got rain, it desalinated the pond real bad. So I got frustrated and everything, and when it killed a lot of money worth of tropical fish from a really big rainstorm, I decided to go back to freshwater. I put my koi back in here. Did a lot of tropical stuff, you know, freshwater, did it for a little while. And then I decided, you know, I built this pond to be saltwater. Everybody has koi ponds, you know, freshwater ponds, blah, blah, blah. Nobody has a saltwater pond. And I think saltwater ponds are awesome. There's not many of them out there outdoors. A lot of people do them indoors, but not outside. So, you see in the first video when I first rebuilt it, what I did was I drained it all out, cleaned it all out, built all these ledges all the way around. I added that. And I added that. Under there is 2 pumps. One pump with that little jet nozzle poking out for circulation, and one to do that, and then it's actually one doing that and one two-way pump doing these two. Anyways, after building all the ledging around and all that, I redid the filtration area, which is what I call freshwater terms a bog. What I have going on here is, you know, pumps, it sucks in from the far end from that inlet and goes through the pump, obviously, and comes out the waterfall, and then comes into this bog area, which I might do a little more tweaking on it. It's doing a great job so far. So the idea is all the solids, everything will fall out of the waterfall into this, and then it'll settle, which it's doing. And then it goes through, I have a fiber material wrapped around these rocks all the way around, goes through that, goes through the rocks, and into there, and you can see how crystal clear that is. And then I've got a little overflow on top, and then I've got a pipe, I don't know if you can see it, that goes through the bottom. Because if I just do the overflow on the top, it goes too high. So that gives it some oxygen there, and then just keeps on recirculating. And the substrate I put, also when I redid all this ledging, that white that you see is it's a sealer, concrete sealer that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. It's for like basements and stuff like that, to keep moisture out of out of your basements or whatever. And we don't have basements here in South Texas where I'm at, but they still sell the product because it does work good for a lot of different things. It's just a sealer, so I sealed this whole pond with it, and then you know, just painted the ledging to make it somewhat look like rocks. And then went to the beach, close to the water. I got probably a 1/2 inch layer of the sand from it. This is how I'm doing it, by not buying everything from the stores, pet stores, or online. And then the white stuff you see is not crushed coral. That's probably little crushed coral, but what it is pellet-sized crushed oyster shell. I found these bags, for 50-pound bags, for 10 bucks at Tractor Supply. I've got 10 bags in here now, but man, I tell you what, you have to rinse it before you put it in here. I put the first 5 bags in, and it made this water so white and cloudy and dusty. So yeah, you got to rinse it real good. These rocks and all I got from the beach, so I'm using that to help promote the bacterias and all that good stuff the water needs. Because this water is not from the beach like I did the first time. This is fresh water. I have a water treatment system on the house that takes out the chlorine and hardness and minerals and all that. And that's what I filled it up with. And then I use Morton's pool salt to get the salinity up. So it can be done that way. That is pure salt. There is no additives or anything in it that are harmful to fish. But the thing is, that's the reason why I got the sand and these rocks and all. And then every once in a while, you know, I go get some bullshit fish from the beach, go fishing, and put them in here, just to cycle this pond. Now, using the Morton's pool salt and not the store-bought salt, the ocean salt that already has everything in it, it's taken me a long time to cycle this pond. But it is cycling. It's finally starting to hold fish. I've been holding, let's see if I can see them. They like to swim away from me. There's 3 mullet. Been holding them in here for about 2 months now, somewhere around there, to help cycle the pond. And then I've got some pinfish. See if I can get them. Get them on the camera here. Back up. Where are you at? There we go. And they're doing good. So, pond's finally cycling through. So, if you ever wondered, can you use Morton pool salt? Yes, you can. But like I said, the bacteria and all that stuff are not gonna be present in that salt like you would buy the ocean salt. But you know, Morton's pool salt is $6 for a 40-pound bag with a 4,000 gallon pond. There went a little snapper just scooted across. I don't know if you saw. Anyways, yeah, this pond, it takes almost 800 pounds of salt for 4,000 gallons to get it up to what the ocean is, 35 parts per million, 35,000 parts per million, something like that. I don't know, I got it wrote down. Anyways, but it is doable, and this is proof. But it does take a long time to cycle the pond to get it to hold fish. And it's still not quite 100% yet. It's still winter time. We're in February, so it's warm today, but we got a front coming in. It's supposed to get a little bit of rain, and then it's gonna get cold tomorrow. But the rain doesn't bother me. Since I've redone this pond, I have had some really good downpours. I'm talking, 4 to 5 inch downpours, and none of that water comes from the ground into the pond and screws it up like it used to. And it doesn't desalinate the pond, because the only thing that drops in there is what drops from the sky. So yeah, if you build one like this outdoors, make sure you put a ledge so water doesn't run from the ground into your pond, as that destroys it. But anyways, that's how I've done it, and so far so good. Issues I used to have with the rain and all are no longer a problem. Salt doesn't evaporate, but water does. And even when I got the big heavy downpour that we got not too long ago, it desalinated the water not by much. It took me 2 bags of salt to bring it right back up to where it needed to be. So yeah, we're doing good. Even though the life on the rocks are doing good, fish are doing good. So I'm hoping by this summer I ought to be able to start putting some tropicals in here. So anyways, that's how I did it. I hope to help some of y'all out. If you ever had any questions about Morton's Pool Salt and doing an outdoor saltwater pond, I mean, this water stays this clear all the time. And I had that same thing too when it was originally done. It always stayed crystal clear. But with that filtration back there, bog filtration for any pond, fresh or saltwater, is a great way to filter. Not sand filters or anything, because they clog up too much and it's just not good for biological filtering. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.